All right, Dave
Right.
Blaze.
We're ready.
It feels like it should be a Friday today. It seems more giddier than usual. No, think so?
What do you think? Hey,
Uh,
Jintu, Lorianne,
the
William, Phil. Hey,
week is
everybody's rolling in.
going on
What?
lightning speed here. So anyway,
Week rolls by awfully fast.
yeah.
It really does. I mean, news is changing. Well, news always changes daily, but the world system seems to be changing at a more rapid pace than I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Dave Blaze starts his day at 4 a.m. and I'm quickly behind him. But really, quite frankly, like 6 a.m. But still,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
a long day.
you're a normal person.
Yes. Yeah.
You
All
know,
right.
April's here, Debbie, Tracy. All
Yes.
right.
All right. We got Brenda's here. We got great people.
Stella.
Oh, yes. Greg. Oh my goodness. This is great. Gregory's here. All right. Dave, we could talk whatever, but I wanted to talk about Bobby, or we could talk about Cash. What do you want to talk about, Bobby?
Oh no, let's talk about Bobby Kennedy.
Okay. All right. Before I show this picture, which is fine, a lot of people have been parading this JFK movie show. The Kennedy family has not weighed in on it. Major publications have asked us to weigh in on it, and we have not, because while we're doing this, it's not for us to say, and the Kennedy family has said that no one's told them about it to weigh in, so we're not.
Yeah, nobody reached out to the Kennedys.
Yes, right.
So if nobody reached out to the Kennedys and they're asking us for comment, we're not going to usurp that.
Right. And so it makes you think that anyone, and not talking general people, but anyone that thinks that they're an expert at the Kennedy family talking all about it, then by the way, you're not respecting the family, because the family's already said, hey, no one consulted us. And so we had major publications, and we're like, no, we're not talking about it. Anyway, I say this because of this one right here. This has amazing connection with the early George, because we interviewed Bobby Kennedy. Bobby Kennedy, when we interviewed, this is George Magazine, said very clearly that John would be proud of what we're doing.
Yep.
So that is from what he said. We have it on tape and everything. But it's amazing confirmation, or connection, I should say, because Marla Maples was friends with John. And she said it when we interviewed her.
Yeah, actually, Marla made a point of saying that she was the one that was friends with John Jr., right? And actually got Donald involved.
Right. And going along with this, with John,
I guess due to her modeling and so on.
Right. Here's the thing with all of this. Still to this day, and it wasn't that long ago, Marla contacted you to give you some information on email, and I was like, quite frankly, I was like, wait a minute, how come she didn't email me? But she emailed you not that long ago, right? Not that long ago, the RFK's attorney for his campaign was talking about us because we sold sold
him a
cow to one of another one of his lawyers. This is RFK.
Yeah.
So we still are in communication with all these people.
We're all wrapped up, in case anybody didn't know.
Right. All right. So anyway, I just want to show you this. It's very interesting. And again, there's a reason why we have not commented. And so anyone's like, oh, let me see, I'm an expert. Let me explain what's going on with this show and on this show. The Kennedys, they did not contact the Kennedys.
You know what I love? I love when these ne'er-do-wells online, when we post a devotion, and they will come back with a comment like, it's a shame to see what you guys are doing with John Jr.'s magazine. He was rolling over in his grave, or he would be so disappointed.
Right.
When we're posting a devotion about the Bible.
Right. So
these people are out of their gourd.
Oh, you know what, Dave? While I'm at it, if I could, because we're like staying on the same topic here.
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys know, and thank you so much. I know Tracy bought some copies for her friends or whatever. This is the America 250 book to show you how much that we honor the Kennedys, and we also not only honor the Kennedys, but honor the JFK seniors' love of the Native Americans. We said that many times before, but this is one of the pictures from America 250. And you'll see right there is John F. Kennedy Sr., his quote in our publication there. So it talks about that. I don't know if you can see that there. So anyway, I'm just saying it's all of this comes full circle, and we are working diligently for what JFK Jr. wanted with this magazine.
Well, what he wanted originally for the magazine, and then you had the Bermans and so on that took it off in a different direction, and of course at that time, you know, it was all about magazine sales, and so they loaded the covers up with everyone from Hollywood. It just became it took a turn that he was very unhappy with. And as a matter of fact, even President Trump was mentioned that he wanted to sell the whole thing.
Right. Now it's here's the thing about this with that on the first George magazine, JFK specifically said that the toughest part about this business of this genres of magazine is politics and religion. And so that is one of the things that we are succeeding in because we put Bible-based articles in there.
Yeah.
And this is a good
unabashedly. And we're going to honor the Lord Jesus Christ, and we're going to honor the Bible and so on. And that's the real legacy of George magazine. Aside, you know, there's the political stuff and so on, and that's all. I mean, the articles that you find in George magazine, you could read those articles 6 years from now, 10 years from now, and they're still going to be relevant.
Right.
And that's in the original ones, and that's in the newer ones. It's just the type of information and writing that we get, and that's all there is to say about it.
Okay, Dave, let me start the show because this is from the Dispatch for everybody. You get the Dispatch in the morning. It's free to sign up. Just go to georgemagazine.com. Here is the lead story, and this is with Donald Trump. Here we go, guys. Okay. Dave, lead story here talks about Trump. Now, Trump declares that we won in Iran. This, of course, is with the asterisk to give the explanation, but it's very interesting that he made that comment in context to it. So, what do you want to do? Talk about.
Look, when President Trump said, he's right. We've already okay. If this was any other time in history, that's it. The Iranian regime is finished. Their leaders are all dead. Their navy is at the bottom of the ocean. We bombed the daylights out of all their munitions. So basically, what they're reduced to is guarding with small motorboats and portable rocket launchers.
Right.
They're guarding the Strait of Hormuz, and they've got a lot of these little motorboats, and that's what they're doing. They're like bullying and terrorizing the tanker ships that go through.
Right. So you guys know, I'm not sure who's on Facebook here. If you guys see it, I posted yesterday that you have the podcasters saying, "Oh, the gas prices." Even with this war, the gas prices now are still $1.50 less than at the height of the Biden. So this is where it is now. Once the strait gets opened up, and what do you think it's going to be like? Forever closed up? What do you think?
Well, that's the other. Hold on a second. And that's the other thing. This is not 1970s, the 1970s oil situation. The world is awash in oil. There's more oil now than there ever was. Plus, the United States is a net exporter of oil. In other words, we already have enough for ourselves, and we're exporting the excess. So the whole point of this Strait of Hormuz, frankly, is oil for other nations, right? Like, for example, China. All of China's oil goes through that for the most part, from Iran and Russia and so on.
And we talked about this. United States once again put a monkey wrench, looking for those, which they just captured one of the dark fleet, trying to move around it. With that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is Donald Trump talking about that. 20 seconds. Here we go.
Yep.
You know, you never like to say too early you won. We won. We won the bet. In the first hour, it was over. They were all prepared. They're very strong. You know, they're going to try and take over the whole Middle East. They were going to knock out Israel. They don't know what the hell hit them, right? They don't know what hit them.
All right, so there you go.
They don't know what in the world hit them. And you know what it is, Gene, is that President Trump realized from the communications coming back from his son-in-law and Steve Witkoff and so on, that the Iranians were dragging on the talks so they could strike us first, right? They wanted to lull our guys into lull them to sleep while they attacked us. The president saw this coming, and we hit them first, and they were not expecting it.
The other propaganda that you need to watch out for from some of these podcasters on X that are ex-MAGA, that we could say now.
Yeah.
Anyone that's talking that this is our next Vietnam doesn't know what they're talking about.
No.
Remember, and I'll just say it just by size approximately, Russia to Ukraine is about the size, just the size physically of United States to Iran. It's about the size. Russia is taking 4 years now. That is they're stuck there. This is already done in a sense that like air superiority is just like a wrap-up session now.
Right.
Anyone saying this like it's the propaganda that is going to go forever, they're trying to manipulate a public opinion in America to say, oh, we hate this. All right.
Right. And the other thing is, don't forget something, is that Russia should have learned a great lesson from their time in Afghanistan, because their time in Afghanistan was more like their version of our Vietnam that lasted so long. The other thing is, you have to realize the United States sets and maintains and respects rules of engagement. So that it's a whole different way of fighting. The Russians don't do that. Now, in this situation with Iran, it was a different story. And we're not out there actively bombing civilians like the Russians are. We are hitting munition targets. So it's I don't know. I don't know what's going to go on with Russia and Ukraine, but it certainly can't last much longer.
Right. And by the way, I'm going to just say this. For a ceasefire agreement, one of the things that they wanted, Russia, was immunity towards war crimes. That if they settled, that those war crimes will not be brought up later. United States is targeting military installations. They actually want the Iranian people to be on America's side, so they're not going to touch these civilian areas. So.
Well, yeah. Now, and it's a good point you bring up, because look what happened when the Iranians started retaliating and they started bombing the various nations.
Hotels,
right? There in the middle. Yeah, they were hitting hotels.
Right.
They were hitting. Why would you do that? This is what infuriated the other Gulf states. Is they were like, what are you guys, crazy?
Yeah.
Well, they know they were crazy, but they didn't think they were that crazy. Instead of trying to hit their weaponry, no, they were bombing hotels.
All right.
Anyway,
let's do this one. This one on the dispatch, I need your help to get through because it has to do with the SAVE Act. Cornyn is a little bit confusing for me. Here we go. Dave Blaze is basically out. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Just so you know, guys, on TikTok, it's me here. Dave got booted off, but I'm still live. I'm doing the show. So here we go. This has happened before. Okay, let me just walk you through this, and then we'll keep pace with this. I will save this. Well, we'll do it right now. Here we go. Okay, this is what the dispatch says. Cornyn reverses on filibuster stance to push Trump's SAVE Act in Congress. Okay, let me explain what's going on here, and then so this way you guys understand. To get something passed in Congress, what you need to do. Oh, he's back.
There you go.
All right. All right. Okay.
There's always a glitch.
Oh, it's okay. Let me just finish my sentence here.
Yeah.
Once something gets to pass it in the Senate, the Congress just needs a simple majority. But with this in the Senate, they need a bigger count. I believe it's 60-40. Now, the filibuster cancels that. But if you cancel the filibuster on that, it's like game over. Like if the Democrats take power, then they have the ability to do a simple majority. Anyway.
I know, and that's the gamble. But if the SAVE Act passes and the ability to register, I know they say it's already illegal. It's already illegal for non-citizens to vote and all of that stuff. But they come in the country, they get a driver's license, right? So because they're going to drive and they're going to register in some form. So now they have a driver's license. Come election day, they go to the polls and they register with their government, their state issued driver's license. Right? And that's what happens. And it's not like the poll work. The poll workers, look, when there's hundreds and hundreds of people coming in on election day, it gets to be very difficult. Somebody has a state issued ID, it's not going to be questioned. But the SAVE Act goes a few steps further. So the poll workers would have to see proof of citizenship if somebody is not already on the voter rolls.
Okay. Okay. Now, really quick, this video here going along with this. Remember, Cornyn is one of the senators going up against Paxton. And here we go.
Yeah.
He announced his change of heart in an op-ed Wednesday morning and said that he will support whatever changes to Senate rules that may prove necessary to pass the SAVE Act. Senate Majority Leader John Thune has said that he does not have the votes to either undo the filibuster or pass the bill. It's not clear when President Trump plans to make his endorsement in the Texas Senate race. The deadline for a candidate to withdraw from the runoff is 1 week from today.
Okay, so basically Cornyn is siding with Trump even more now because of this election coming up.
Right. And that's why also you saw Trump. Another thing with that is Trump gave his endorsement to Massey's opponent in Kentucky. Right.
Yeah.
Because with Trump, here's the gambit. The gambit is you get that SAVE Act passed. You're taking away the Democrats' ability to stuff the ballot box.
Okay. Okay.
That's what it's all about. And Trump knows that. And if that passes, Republicans ain't gonna have a problem.
Okay. Let's do this. We're going to talk about Massey in just a minute here. Let me put you on me on mute. I want to say hello to some people.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Who do we have here? We got Ginger. Yeah, the new Real ID driver's license. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's see. Hey, Tracy. Byron. You know what is nuts? Bibi is from Poland and Zelensky is from Real. Yeah, okay. All right, Byron. I'll give you that. Let's see. Internet has been. I know, Stella. I don't know what it is. Normally, where I am, it's normally somebody crashes into a pole, whatever. Very rarely they ever get hurt, but it just knocks everything out. All right. Let's see. Julie's here. All right, Julie Miller. Timbra. Yes, Timbra. I apologize about that on the website. That's because we instituted a whole bunch of security measures, and we're just getting a few things sorted. That'll be fixed. All right, Daniel. That's why I love you guys. I love Jesus. Well, praise the Lord for that. Michelle, freedom wins. You got that right. April.
Yeah, thank you, Ward.
Lori Ann. All right. All right. Aaron. Always good to see Aaron here. Let's see. Joyce Ann. Kay Miller. Howdy, fella. I started my day at 4:30 a.m. for many years until retiring from driving the school bus. I don't. That's you're very brave. You're much braver than Gene.
No, I would never. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the parents, me showing up with a school bus? Oh my goodness!
No, they think you were Shanghaiing them.
Right.
Let's see. Is that Rockotrone? RCCO? Well, anyway, world system order changing? Yes. Rapidly. All right. Let's get back at it, Gene. You're
Okay.
killing time.
No, it's all good. Let's talk Massey. This is big here from the Dispatch once again. Here we go. Be sure to get the Dispatch. It's free. Just go to georgemagazine.com, sign up.
Guys,
Every
if
morning.
you're not getting the Dispatch, you're missing out. All right.
Dave, I said this to you earlier. How many faces does Massey have?
Dude, yeah, this guy changes his look like once a week.
I thought he had the glasses, and now he has the mustache.
He's got a stylist that's like looking at him going, I don't like that look. And then he changes his look, and next week, all right, let's see how that works for a while, and then they change it again. Because the guy looks different constantly. He's like,
no, I'm not a knock on him. I'm just saying every time I see him, he looks different.
Yeah, that's it's true.
Okay. All right, man. Okay, this is what Donald Trump just said about Massey in a rally, like I think yesterday. Here we go.
Miss Massey is a disaster for our party. He comes from a state that I won by a landslide, got the highest vote in the history of your Commonwealth. But Massey's a complete and total disaster as a congressman and, frankly, as a human being. We got to get rid of this loser. This guy is bad. He's disloyal to the Republican Party.
Disloyal to the Republican Party.
Yes.
Now let's dive into that for a minute and let's get this whole rhino business out of the way.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gene.
All right. Reminder that before Trump, the Republican Party was molded by the Bush family.
That's right.
They were the ones who controlled what it is. So then that becomes the Republican Party.
Well, it's the establishment Republican Party.
Yes. And then everyone becomes rhinos. Now, Donald Trump controls the Republican Party. You just heard that. Making Massey the rhino.
Right.
The
So, in other words, now that President Trump has beaten the establishment Republican Party to a pulp and is taking control of it, that means that whoever is outside of that is the rhino.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So now Massey's the rhino.
Okay. Can I give a history lesson here?
Yeah.
When the Roman Empire goes and invades something, a place, this is going back in history, they don't take out everyone and then put in new people. They take the people that are there in the government and say, are you loyal to us? And then they say, yes, we are. And that's how they do it. With Trump, he did the same thing. He goes in there and then some of them go their own way, right? You see Paul Ryan just went his own way.
Tom Tillis.
Yeah, they just go their own way. But the ones here now are fully cooperating with Donald Trump. That's why he said they're disloyal to the Republican Party, because it's Trump's political party right now.
Right. So you have this. So you have these negotiations because the senators and the congressmen, they can never be seen to the constituents as just ventriloquist dummies for Trump.
Right.
So there's always like an ongoing negotiation, like you're seeing with Cornyn, right? Cornyn's spending a lot of money against Paxton spending a lot of money in Texas. But Trump knows and has way more information than any of us do about Paxton and his chances of winning in the general election. Right. So the decision has been that Cornyn has a better chance, far better chance in the general. So now the negotiation begins. And he says, look, you've been against the SAVE Act. I got to get you on board. And then he tells the rest of the Republicans that might be on the fence about it, you want Cornyn back in the Senate, right? Well, maybe I'll endorse him.
Right.
He's in favor of the SAVE Act, and then you boys come on board too. See how that works?
Let me bring this out because it's really important, and really let me at least tell you the for those on TikTok, this one's an important one. Okay, the one the network loves to hate is Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
By the way, just a coincidence. Lindsey Graham is the one that spearheaded sanctions on Russia. Just saying. Now, with Lindsey Graham, he serves as the de facto whip. The whip, he's not officially, but he is the one that when Trump wants something, he goes to the other senators and say, listen, come on. Hey, you really got to vote this way. He's the unofficial whip of the Senate. Right. So when people start to say, we hate Lindsey Graham, and my friend, Andre Bauer, ran against Lindsey Graham. But the thing is, he dropped out. And Lindsey Graham, I am telling you, is an ally of Trump.
Yep.
That's it. You can say it any way you want. Anyway.
Yep. Big time ally. Look at the way when it comes down to the important stuff like the actual votes and gathering up the votes to continue the Trump agenda, which we all voted for. Lindsey Graham, he's there. Right. He's there every time.
Right.
And all you get from these MAGA influencers is Graham's no good. What makes him no good? Because he's blocking your guy?
Right. Okay. Dave, one more story here, but this is good. This one is right up your expertise alley. Here we go. Okay, Dave, this is you know more about this than anyone. Also, because your international firm is in the IT business and has worked on some of this. FDA launches new AI-powered system to track drug and vaccine side effects nationwide. So. Dave, are we allowed to tell people what's coming up here with George Magazine with that AI thing, or we say it tomorrow?
No, we could tell them now. But let's address this thing first. There's so much that artificial intelligence is capable of helping us with. Here's the problem: the great majority of Americans don't know what to do with it. Right. We don't know how to ask it for things, prompt it, and so on. You can set it to remind you, not just remind you, but actually go out and do the task and bring you back the information at various intervals. There's so much that can be done, and very few are aware of this. For example, and then there are competing AIs, right? You have Anthropic's Claude is a good one, and I think that's the one that's being used here. FDA, and then there's also Google's Gemini, which is fantastic. Microsoft and OpenAI's Copilot and ChatGPT are good. They're still getting the hang of things, and there's several others. But when you put it all together, it is going to be a boon for mankind. But we have to learn how to tackle it, and we have to learn how to use it. And in the same way that we brought out the crypto guide, the crypto guide to give people insights into various nomenclature and tactics with cryptocurrencies, we're going to do the same thing with artificial intelligence. Go ahead, Gene.
Yes. So I just want to let everyone know, just with any emerging technology, the first thing people say is like, oh my goodness, that's horrible. It's going to do this or whatever. It's fully there. If I could play this 30-second video of what it already does.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Industry. Okay, here we go.
that spot is limiting the blood flow.
Plaque that restricts or reduces blood flow can trigger coronary artery disease or worse, a heart attack, according to Dr. An Chen.
In the center here, you can see the outline of the artery.
With a boost from artificial intelligence, the technology tracks the type and total amount of plaque building up inside arteries. Dr. Chen says the more purple that appears on the scan, the greater the risk.
All right.
Okay, now let me just, yeah, that's right, Joyce, and school districts are going to be using this more and so on. But our fear, not our fear, but our concern here at George Magazine and between Gene and I is that our gang, you guys that follow us and subscribe and read the publication and so on, we need to help you better understand how to manipulate and utilize this growing artificial intelligence in your everyday life to make things much easier.
Just so you know, even when we do the dispatch and other articles that we do, Dave Blaze is constantly telling the staff, how does it benefit our readers? He's always said that. This is not what benefits. Hey, guys, we heard in Gitmo, a good source says things are going to go down in Gitmo. That is
what I used to say. When I would hear, when somebody would give us, we'd be on a call with the writing staff and production staff, and somebody would say something like that. My favorite retort was, "Great! So now we don't have to pay the rent this month."
Yeah.
How does that information help in any way?
Right. Look at our content. Okay, really. Daily Bible devotionals. That's one. The Bitcoin or cryptocurrency one. That's another one. This AI that we're gonna publication that we're gonna come up with is going to be there.
The silver updates, the copper updates.
Copper updates.
Right.
We tell people about what the Federal Reserve is really like, but we're reasonable because we also have silver updates.
Yeah.
This is information, and this is what we want to do, is make sure our readers are the best informed and not of this, wow, something big's going on at Gitmo this weekend. Stock up on water. We're not those type of people.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
So Lord willing, tomorrow, the latest Monday, but I think it's going to be tomorrow, we're going to have our new AI, or we're calling it ageless tech. And yes. It's for you guys and for Gene, and so that you can grasp what's going on,
right,
and be able to utilize things much better. And we'll announce it tomorrow or Monday, Lord willing.
Okay, guys, tomorrow's Friday. It is Friday, right? Yes, it is Friday. So tomorrow we'll be back. We'll have some fun. We'll keep it light tomorrow, as always. Thank you so much.
Hold on a second. You know what's interesting? We were talking about competing AIs because, Claude and Gemini, there's a big, even in my company Blaze, there's a big discussion about that.
Right.
Some factors want to go with Claude exclusively. Personally, I like Gemini. If it's good enough for Hegseth and the Department of War, it's good enough for me. So I asked it a question, and it gave me these competing answers. It was terrible. I said, should Gene cut his hair? And Gemini said, of course. Why has he got that long hair? Was he a yippie? And the Claude was like, no, it's very important for the Indonesian culture that he's part of to have long hair. And I was like, he's not Indonesian, he's Chinese. So what do you have to say about that, Gene? Are you going to cut your hair?
No, I'm not going to cut my hair. Maybe I'll cut my hair. If I could get a sponsor, I'll cut my hair for L'Oreal.
A hair cutting sponsor?
Yeah, L'Oreal, because I'm worth it. All right.
Yeah, but I don't think L'Oreal would sponsor you cutting your hair. Maybe we could get a sponsor that's like a really good scissor.
Yes, we'll do a scissor company sponsor. All right, guys, we are out of here. Thank you so much. Don't forget, go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the dispatch. Thank you, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.